Female masculinity of main character in Mulan's movie. Abstract. Movies, also known as films, are a type of visual communication which use moving pictures and sound to tell stories or teach people something. People in every part of the world watch movies as a type of entertainment, a way to have fun. There are some genres of movies such as comedy, thriller, romance, science fiction, and horror. Mulan is a 2020 American action drama film produced by Walt Disney Pictures. It is a live-action adaptation of Disney's 1998 animated film of the same name, itself based on the Chinese folklore story, The Ballad of Mulan. The movie was filmed in New Zealand and China from August to November 2018. Mulan's Hollywood premiere was held on March 9, 2020. The film received generally positive reviews from Western critics, who praised the action sequences, visual, and the performances, but criticized the screenplay. The film tells about Hua Mulan, an adventurous and active girl who makes her parents disappointed. Her parents hope that one day she will be wed to a good husband, because her father has no son. She joins military service. She acts like a man and changes her appearance like a man. She fights for the gender equality and she proves that a woman can join the war even she becomes the best soldier. In conducting this study, the writer used feminism approach. This study aimed at explaining the female masculinity of masculine character reflected in the character of Mulan described in Mulan's movie. This study revealed that Mulan has no more masculine character than feminine. She almost has entire masculine characteristic in gender stereotype.
Introduction. The movie is dynamic visual media. The movie presents a scene, event, and narration in the form of moving images, according to Kurniasi, Rizal, Rinoto, Sukaisi in 2018. We conduct an analysis of female masculinity in Mulan's character found in Mulan's film, whose genre in action and adventure, that was directed by Niki Caro. It tells a Chinese woman named Mulan. Every Chinese woman is expected to be family honored by being a wife. There is a Chinese tradition. When someone looks for a match, they should go to the matchmaker. But Mulan disguised as a male warrior and joins Imperial Army in order to prevent her sick father from being forced to enlist as he has no male heir. She takes her father's sword, armor, and horse. In the Imperial Army, she becomes best warrior. After she reveals her gender, she is being expelled by the Commander Tong. She is being expelled because a woman does not allow to join the Imperial Army. When she knows about Body Khan's true plan, she returns to the battalion and warns them about Khan's plan. She is allowed to lead a unit to Emperor's palace. Finally, she kills Body Khan and saves the Emperor. She brings honor to the country and earns a sword as an award from Emperor and asks to be an officer in the Emperor's court. This study deals with female masculinity analysis. For this, we look at the behavior of Mulan using feminism approach.
A brief of galactic theory. The first one is movie. Movie is one branch of the art that usually contains someone's life story, fiction, and biography as an entertainment the people. It is based on Kurniawati in 2013. According to Basram and Monahan in 2010, a movie is a story captured in a set of celluloid strips or film, which are shown on a screen with certain speed to give the impression of moving. The genre of movies: action movie. Action film usually include high energy, big budget physical stunt and chases, possibly with rescues, battles, fights, escapes, destructive crises, non-stop motion, spectacular rhythm and pacing, and adventurous, often two-dimensional, good guy or heroes or heroines, battling bad guys, all designed for pure audience escapism. Adventure movie. Adventure movies are usually exciting stories with new experiences or exotic locales, very similar to or often paired with the action film genre. They can include traditional swashbucklers, serialized films, and historical spectacles, or similar to the epic film genre, searches or expeditions for lost continents, jungle and desert epics, treasure hunt, disaster film, or search for the unknown. Comedy movie. Comedies are light-hearted plots consistently and deliberately designed to amuse and provoke laughter by exaggerating the situation, the language, action, relationship, and characters. This section describes famous forms of comedy through cinematic history, including slapstick, screwball, spoof and parodies, romantic comedies, black comedies or dark satirical comedy, and more.
The next is crime and gangster movies. It is developed around the sinister action of criminals and mobsters, particularly bank robbers, underworld figures, or ruthless hoodlums who operate outside law, stealing and murdering their way through life. And the next is horror movies. Horror movies are designed to frighten and invoke our hidden worst fears, often in a terrifying, shocking final, while captivating and entertaining us at the same time in a cathartic experience. And epics or historical movie. Epics include costume dramas, historical dramas, war movie, medieval roms, or period pictures that often cover a large expanse of time set against a vast panoramic background. The next is musical or dance movies. Musical or dance movies are cinematic forms that emphasize full-scale scores or song and dance routine in significant way. The next, science fiction movie. They are sometimes an offshoot of fantasy movie, or they share some similarities with action or adventure films. Western. Western are the major defining genre of the American film industry, a eulogy to the early days of the expansive American frontier.
B. Masculinity. Masculinity is defined as a configuration or practices that are organized in relation to the structures of gender identities and relation. It's according to Connell 1987. And then masculinity is the particular pattern of social behavior or practices that is associated with ideals about how men should behave and their position within gender relation. C. Feminism. Feminism is a doctrine advocating social and political of women equal to those possessed by men. It is a movement to acquire such rights made by male in the presence of feminine characteristics. It's according to Oxford Dictionary 276. Feminist entire development can be conceptualized as the ways in which women embrace and live out feminist values in their lives. That is according to McDougall 2012.
Feminism approach is an approach in literature that believes women should have equal right to men. In consequence, the feminist movement fight for equal rights and opportunities for women. Gender. Gender refers to the roles and responsibilities of men and women that are created in our families, our societies, In our culture, gender equality means that women and men have equal conditions for realizing their full human rights and for contributing to and benefiting from economic, social, cultural, and political development. Gender equality, the equal following by society of the similarities and the difference of men and women and the roles they play. This based on women and men being full partner in their home, their community, and their society. Based on UNESCO 2013.
C. Discussion. This picture is the main character in Mulan's movie. She is Hua Mulan. She is a good warrior. And the next is female masculinity of Hua Mulan. Mulan is illustrated as a girl that felt in fulfilling her responsibility to her family. As a young girl in China that day, she should have to be ready for being a wife. But unfortunately, her masculinity drives her into a failure and disgraces her family. The story is taken place in China under the Han Dynasty Emperor. At the time, according to the movie, there was tradition about subordinate of women and women in placed in a very low position. When a woman is a daughter, she should have to serve her father and her brother. When she is a wife, she should have to serve her husband. As a daughter, Mulan not only serves her father, she has a responsibility to prepare herself to be an acceptable bride. She will bring honor to her family if she can attract a man to choose her as a bride. This picture is so that women in China should bring honor through marriage.
Unfortunately, Mulan is not a feminine girl. She got disinterest in how women are supposed to act. She is a Carol's girl, she cannot be feminine as a girl should have to act. The first scene of the movie shows how Mulan cannot perform herself as a good woman. In China, good woman is a woman who can act quiet, demure, casually polite, delicate, refined, poised, and punctual. But Mulan is not a girl like that. She is not only cannot act like that, but she also cannot remember those things. And in this picture, explain how Mulan called a witch because she is not like women in general. Mulan is not only far from what is called feminine, but Mulan also got some qualities that should have been given to men. Mulan is a brave young girl. When her father forced to be a soldier and fight in the war, Mulan wants to volunteer herself to replace her father's place. Bravery is always associated to men. Women might be having it in themselves, but it is only few of them that have it. And in this picture explain how a son braves himself to replace a father's place in army to fight in the war. It is common thing that will be doing by a man to keep her family safe because it is his responsibility as a son.
It shows that Mulan worries to her father, who will join Imperial Army. And the next picture, it shows that Mulan will join the Imperial Army to replace her father. Mulan proves herself that she has a big courageous to replace her father's place in the army. Even she knows that it is forbidden for her to do that. She will get punishment or warning for only speaks her thoughts loudly in a man's presence, but with her bravery, she comes and wants to replace her father. She proves that she got bravery in herself, not only when she committed to prevent her father to go to the war, but also when she committed to go to the war for her father. She not only goes to the war, but she also alters herself to be a man. She changes her appearance to a man. This picture shows Mulan alters to be a man.
She is not only brave, her bravery develops into something heroic. She saves her father and family. It means that she got kindness in herself. Other heroic acts by Mulan also can be seen in some scenes in the movie, when she is already in the army and in war. Mulan, who is known as Hua Chun, is her name when she becomes a man, and has big contribution in protecting the emperor. Mulan, with her bravery and her good strategy, is successful in defeating their enemies. Even though she is only a girl and she is in the war only for replacing her father's place, Mulan proves that she is a real warrior. She carries out her responsibility as a part of the army and consecrates every breath of her to save the emperor to the country. Mulan also has a skill to think like a man. Her philosophy to think and organize the right strategy proves that she got quality of a man. Mulan is successful in saving the country by shooting the last cannon to the top of the mountain that gives impact to the snow and their enemies killed by the snow slide.
Her bravery leads her into another heroic action. She saves her captain. She knows if she does it, she might be killed. She will be in danger, but she still helps him. A hero is someone who can avoid her or his selfishness for the sake of others' need. When her real identity is revealed, and when everybody does not want to trust her anymore, she is still trying to save the country and the emperor. The leader of their enemies is still alive. He and his friend are arranging a revenge for their loss. Mulan knows it. She has a plan to inform it to Tang, the captain of the army. In this picture, shows that Mulan informs the commander Tang about enemy's true plan. She understands that she might be ignored by Tang, not only because she was lying about her identity, but also because she is a girl. Nobody will listen to her. But it does not stop her. It proves that she is brave, responsible, and she has a kind heart to become a hero for her country. Her bravery, her responsibility, and her heroic action can be considered as a man characteristic. She proves that a female can have the qualities of man and she herself as masculine figure. She is stronger and she is also a girl who will never give up easily. For being called as a man should have two qualities. The first is discipline and strength, and Mulan proves that she can have it by practicing a lot and never give up. She proves that even though she is a woman, she also can have the strength and defeat the man itself. In this picture shows that Mulan is accepted to be the leader for saving the emperor.
Mulan proves that a woman or female can have the qualities of a man. Mulan successful in performing as a man. She is gaining the ability to fight and fit in the other man. The conclusion. Masculinity is a common thing that given to a man. There are some characteristics of masculine man, but it does not mean that woman cannot have masculine qualities of a man in herself. Mulan approved herself that she got qualities of a man. After she sacrificed herself to replace her father's place in the army and changed her appearance into a man, she proved that she is better in performing herself as a man figure. She is strong, brave, heroic, independent, rational, and responsible.